Okay, we're back here. Another episode of Alan Wake. And we're gonna do a final DLC. Night Springs episode 3. And it's titled Timebreaker. Now this one's probably the most craziest one out of all the DLCs because this is probably the main reason why I waited for Night Springs DLC after the main campaign. I didn't want to do it in between the campaign because this one not only spoils so much, but it just opens up the whole, like, everything. This episode right here will be studied for years to come in future Remedy games. People are going to come back to this episode, try to decipher it, and see if they could figure out the next Remedy project or where the story's going overall. Because this one right here is just crazy. Let's get into it. It's called Episode 3, Timebreaker.
We often look back and wonder, what if? What if the path not taken had in fact been our charted course? Would we be happier? Or are we, with our set of choices behind us, the lucky ones? And what if nothing would be different? What if, for some of us, our destiny across the endless number of versions of ourselves has been defined and locked beyond any causality of circumstance, beyond the forces in any one reality, but across all realities? For one man, the magnetic pull of destiny is so great it breaks time and space. We join this lone operative, many versions of him, in fact, as he chases his nemesis, a dangerous being known as the master of many worlds. Across the multiverse, across the many versions of a city that is always the same, yet always different. In Night Springs. Tonight's reality-bending episode, Timebreaker.
No matter how many parallel realities I need to brave, how many lives, how many versions of me it takes, I will stop you, and I will come back for you, my love.
And cut. Everyone, take 5.
All right, you heard the man. Let's take a break and prep for the next scene.
Was that okay? I mean, I can do more. I can do less.
Yes, yes, yes. Sean, I'm really happy. Let's talk.
Clear the set.
I love your instinct on this, but we can still push this further. Immerse ourselves into this story. Believe in it. Make it crazier, wilder. Ba 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 da da da.
Okay, so there we go. We're breaking the fourth wall completely here. So here we are inside of a studio, a video game studio, and now we're playing. This is really getting really super meta. We're playing as Sean Ashmore, the actor, the physical actor who plays Jack Joyce, who plays Tim Breaker. Now we're literally playing as him, the actor himself, and he's in a video game studio, and he's literally taking direction. They just finished shooting a scene for a game called Timebreaker, and and there's Sam Lake as himself in the video game, and he's telling him that was perfect what you just did right there. And instead of this being a Remedy headquarters studio, they call themselves the Poison Pill Entertainment. since 1995, Night Spring City. They even have the same logo as Remedy, but except of the R, it's a P. So that's like breaking all kind of fourth walls, and it's pretty much like a spoof on how all the actors who come to work for Sam Lake. I'm guessing how it feels to work for Sam Lake, because like he's probably all excited about these characters that he creates for the video games, and then he has to explain it to all these actors. It's like, okay, yeah, all right, got it. And they have to play it all out. And by the end of their session of them doing all their scenes and learning their character, they have super knowledge on themselves of what his vision was. So it's kind of like we're breaking the fourth wall here. We're playing the actor, and we're trying to see what's going to happen next. And notice how he's playing a role as Tim Breaker, and this time he's got some different patches on. He's got this triangle patch, and he's got this new logo. So we'll find out what that's all about right now. So here we go. This is totally like mind bending.
It's so cool we are making this, Sean. Let's dive in.
You wanted to talk? It's awesome to be doing this with you again, Sam.
Sean, it's so good to have you back. We've been dreaming about this for so long, and now finally we are making Timebreaker, the video game. It's happening!
Yeah, and FMV as well. That's so cool.
Of course, that was part of the previous game as well.
So they're making. So since Remedy doesn't own Quantum Break, they had to give the rights away to Microsoft because they're the ones that funded it. They can't use Jack Joyce and the Quantum Break universe anymore, so they have to like get around it by making new characters. And I guess their new way of doing it is calling the game Timebreaker. And then he's also making light like, oh yeah, this is so cool. We're shooting live action scenes just like we did in the old video game. He's like, yep, how it always has been. So this is crazy right here.
I'd like to talk about my character, just get deeper into the lore.
Hey, I could talk about this for days. He's a multiversal agent, goes by many names as there are many versions of him. Breaker, Branch, others. He's searching for his lost love while his ruthless nemesis, Door, the master of many worlds, is murdering versions of him across parallel realities. He must track down and stop Door.
That's so cool.
You've done cool superhero roles in the past. Long term, the agent will grow into the ultimate iconic superhero.
Oh, that's awesome. You clearly have your own vision of the multiverse.
The right vision, the truth, it's all out there. That's where these ideas and inspirations come from. They seep through. Somewhere this here, us talking, is part of the video game, and another version of you is playing it. Somewhere, your character, the agent, is real, and he could appear here through a portal anytime now.
Right. Yeah, right, Sam. You are a maniac, man. Totally.
And notice how he warned him, like, when you play with the multiverse and write about the multiverse, anything could happen. Like, right here, this could be a video game in itself, which is true, because we're playing the Alan Wake 2 video game, and they're in it as themselves. And then he said, in another universe or reality, your character could be real, and he could show up here right now at any given moment. Which could be possible when you're playing a multiversal storyline. So it all makes sense, it's all meta. And you gotta remember, in all this story, it's Alan Wake trying to write himself out of the dark place. This is one of many failed attempts of Alan Wake trying to write himself out of a story, out of the dark place. So here it goes.
So the vortex and the gadget. Sorry, I keep forgetting its name. There's just so many acronyms here. But it helps me travel through realities?
Acronyms are cool, right? Like tiny mysteries. You power up your PRS, Polyhedron Reality Shifter, with a SEN, Shifter Energy Node, to activate a Lumivista TV and ride the vortex between realities. It's all REC, Ripple Effect Corporation tech. And you have a gun and a TBS, Time Breaker Solidifier, to defend yourself.
Right, yeah.
And you see how he's just like making up all the mumbo jumbo lore, and the actors are just, this is probably what the actors feel when they first hear stuff like this. When it comes out of his head, he's like, well, yeah, sounds about right. So he's breaking down the laws of his character and how he works, and he's talking about how his character has abilities to jump through realities with a time device. And he's like, okay, he's trying to interpret how this all works so he could play the character better. And Sam's got it all in his head, how it all plays out. It's just hilarious.
Okay. So, what do we shoot next?
We need to set up for the next scene, where your nemesis pulls you into a parallel reality. You can go to your green room, chill out, learn the lines. I left the latest draft of the screenplay for you there. See you in a bit.
Cool. Can't wait. Sometimes it's hard to tell if Sam's joking. A deadpan Finnish humor. And a reputation of being a bit out there. I picked up a weird vibe when he talked about the multiverse.
So Sam wants him to go to his dressing room and wait for him to set up the next scene so he can film the next live action scene of the game. And he's got another script in there he's got to read so he can rehearse on it, get refreshed.
Go ahead, Sean. You should have everything you need in your green room.
Alright. Crew's all working hard here, set up the next scene. This is definitely the Warlin door in between Mr. Door area. You can tell it's the same studio, they just changed a little bit of it.
You
What's
can
this guy
take
do?
a break. Chill out in the green room.
Okay. There's somebody over here. They're like super in the dark. What's going on over here? Oh damn, that's a whole person over here just hiding. What the hell are they doing? Poison pill. Can't make out what it says. Poison pill, the time breaker, written by Sam Lake. Okay. They're just chilling out over here. This looks like Black Rock. What the hell is this? I don't know. Pretty weird how that was just there. I'm stuck. Alright, let's get out of here. Whoa. Rooms lighting up. We don't know why. Yeah, you can definitely tell this is that same hallway because this is the different rooms. This is where the old gods of Asgard had their dressing room, and then Mr. Door had his. It's all scratched out there. Or taped out. And there's his door, Sean Ashmore. Okay, but it's blinking colors. So what the heck's going on over there?
This is your end.
What the fuck was that? Hello? What the fuck is this? I thought I'd gone mad. Then I realized Sam was playing a crazy prank on me. There's no way this was real.
He thinks a prank is being played on him by Sam Lake. But look, it's him dead on the floor. Been shot, and he's got his gun on the floor, and he's got the TBS and the PRS. Both the prop devices for the video game that they use in the live action scenes, they're both on the floor. And he's dead here. And there's the script that Sam wanted him to read while he waited in the green room. And the TV, the Lumivista TV's been shot or broken. Why the hell is that? Oh, let's find out what the hell's going on here in this dressing room.
What is this?
Timebreaker written by Sam Lake. Suddenly a psychedelic colored lights flare up through the open doorway. That just happened. Ranch, the OS in the room, fierce panic shouted, "No!" So that guy right there on the floor is Branch that just died. Door, forceful, "This is your end." A loud struggle can be heard from the room, so Door came and got Branch. Actor, "What the F?" So that's Sean Ashmore saying, "What the F?" because he did say that. Actor, "Hello?" In the green room, the actor steps into the room. A body sits against the wall on the floor. Someone has been killed. It's the actor's double. A trail of blood on the wall where he hit his head. At his feet lies a gun, a sci-fi flashlight, the TBS, and the scepter like PRS. Actor, shocked at this point, "What the F is this?" Actor, "I thought I've gone mad. Then I realized Sam was playing a crazy prank on me, knowing this was real." So he's talking about in his head, he said that, just like it just happened right now. A screenplay lies on the floor, the one we're reading right now. The title page reads Timebreaker, written by Sam Lake. The poison pill logo is visible on the page. Another page of the screenplay is also visible. This page here. If the player investigates the page... Actor, huh? What is this? So we're literally just reading what just happened on the page as it came true. So is Sam Lake actually playing a prank on him? For real? Let's go up to the body.
I had to admire how real the body and the props looked.
So we got another one of you, huh? Too late again.
Excuse me? No, this is just, it's a prank. It's just a prank.
Wait, are you? Shit. You're not Branch. Oh, no.
So, out of nowhere, here comes Jessie Faden. And she's wearing one of her DLC outfits from Control. And notice how she has that same logo on her pendant, on her jacket, whatever. And she also got the same triangle, too. And she's like, "Oh shit, he got you too." Then she realizes, "Oh wait, you're not Branch." So she thought that Sean Ashmore was dead right there. She thought this is Branch. But it's actually not true. This is Sean Ashmore and that's Branch. And now she's like freaking out. "Oh no, this can't be right. Branch wasn't supposed to die. Sean Ashmore was." And he's like, what are you talking about? What the hell's going on here?" So he's very, very confused.
He finally got you.
Are you cast in this game, too?
Listen to me. There are things you need to know. You are in great danger. You must do exactly what I tell you.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I blanked out and I was suddenly someplace else. I'd had gaps in my memory before, but that's the movie star lifestyle for you. This was something else entirely.
Right before this Jesse Faden character told the actor Sean Ashmore, listen carefully, this is what you're going to have to do. We see a flash of Wallendor, and all of a sudden he got teleported here in the woods. And look what happened. He's not even looking the same. He's got long hair now, a crazy beard, and he's all disheveled. And he's using one of the devices now as a flashlight. So he's got two devices. And he's just like monologuing and saying, I've been lost before. It's the kind of crazy lifestyle you live as a partier, as a movie star. But this was different, pretty much. So we're gonna put our guns together. Put my gun right here. Put my batteries up here. My med supplies right there. And I also have the time breaker solidifier. A light emitting device capable of solidifying time breakers into a single reality, making them vulnerable. Pretty much it acts like a flashlight. The TBS acts like a flashlight, and it can expose shifters, pretty much. Or they call them, in this game, they call them time breakers. And then he's also got the Polyhedron Reality shifter, the PRS, a scepter-like device capable of activating gateways between realities when changed. He's got a flashlight to stun, the shifters, and a Polyhedron shifter to open realities and jump into them. Pretty cool. I just gotta figure out where the fuck he is.
The last thing I remembered was the red-headed woman at the door. She looked familiar. She was trying to tell me something, and then it went dark. It felt like a dream. Think, man! I need to get out of here. A psychotic episode? Or was the multiverse true after all? Did Sam do this? An elaborate hoax? Off-the-wall, method-acting reality show? It had gone way too far. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. Act like this is true. Okay? I'm an actor. I can do this. And once it's over, we'll have a good laugh. And then I will punch Sam in the face.
Losing his freaking mind. So what kind of thought acting experiment is this? Why did they dump me in the woods? You still can't believe this is real, this is actually happening. There's a fence, just like the lake house, just like the Cauldron Lake. This
Where
fence
the hell am I? More multiverse nonsense. But I was committed to play along.
Now he says it's more nonsense because he recognizes the logo from the video game that he was working on right now. And he believes he's like, am I still part of the video game? Are they just recording me? Is this part of the acting process? The story? Danger, Night Spring City Park, parallel reality bleed zone, cross-dimensional anomaly, no trespassing, authorization of REC, personnel only. So, is this the Night Springs version of the FPC, the REC? And could a parallel reality bleed zone mean an overlap or an altered world event? Who knows? Let's keep going.
What had Sam said? I needed to find an energy node and use this rod thing with it, the PRS, was it? And look for some kind of TV to get the hell out of here. More's coming. He knows where I am. What was that? It's coming. He knows about the trailer. I need to hide the energy node. I need to get it away from the trailer. Away from the TV. No! God! No! Oh my god! Oh my god! I wasn't certain this was a prank anymore. I heard a voice in my head. It sounded like me. Insanely, I heard the thoughts of another version of me. The one living here. The trailer was his. I'd check it out. Don't think. Just act.
So he's trying to rely on his acting skills to keep him sane, to keep him from not going crazy. He just said, don't think about what's happening, just act. Just do it, just play along. And he says he thinks he hears himself, a different version of himself, screaming in pain and trying to hide some node from somebody. And he says that person that he thinks is another version of him lives in this trailer home. So now we're going to investigate this trailer home and see what the hell's going on here. A lot of wood piling up here. You chopped all that wood with that little axe. Little hatchet.
The Lumivista TV. According to what Sam had said, I needed the energy. The other me had hidden it away from this trailer.
Okay, where could the other him have hidden it? The other him is very messy, that's for sure. Got some books here. The pie in the sky is the moon. And oh, the UFO books from earlier. We've seen this a couple times in the game already, these books. UFOs, Myth and Reality, Part 2, Communion and Testimonies. That old school fucking alarm clock. A lot of food supplies. So his other version of him that lived in this trailer was very prepared. But where the hell did they hide that thing that the so-and-so's looking for? It's cute. Man, potatoes in the fucking pot and no one cooked them? Come on, man. A dirty spatula? Come on, man. Gotta be quicker than that. Let's keep looking around. Maybe we'll find something useful in here. Gasoline tanks in the bathtub? Come on. Is it a conspiracy room or something? You are here. This looks like a spiral. And this is where Sean Ashmore is? On the spiral? That's pretty terrifying.
Handwriting was mine. Paranoid theories about the multiverse and Tor. The master of many worlds.
So all these different versions of Sean Ashmore seem to be obsessed with whiteboards. Who is the master of many worlds? Darling's book. He's pulling the strings. I must hide from him. Who is the master of many worlds?
The energy node was out there in the forest somewhere. I was wasting time. I had to go look for it.
Who is the master of many worlds? Darlin's books. He's pulling the strings. I must hide from him. I must hide from Door. Because one of us is the chosen one, who can stop him, replace him? The REC agent Branch, Tim Breaker, James J. You are paranoid nutcase. So now we know that Branch was a agent of the REC. Door, me, other me, someone else. He wrote this, string theory, multiverse. Why is he after me? After us. He is coming. Polyhedrons are the key. He's always talking about those polyhedrons. Killing us. Not dead, something worse. Broken. Am I the chosen one? I must be careful. Find a way to break through. Disappear off the grid. We are connected in our dreams. Oh boy. The red-headed woman. I must find her again. I know her. Elisa, Jesse, Elizabeth, Liz, Savage, Dylan. I hear their thoughts when they die. That's pretty creepy. The REC conspiracy. Don't wipe. Why the acronyms? Why are they hiding? So this one's pretty interesting because technically they're not allowed to mention Jack Joyce, Martin Hatch, Beth Wilder. They can't mention them because they Microsoft owns the rights to them. Just like they can't say the name Max Payne because Rockstar owns the rights to Max Payne. So they can't use that name. But they're using other names to describe Jesse, other versions of Jesse. And they even throw Dylan in there. So this is very interesting because there was a theory in Control, video game Control, that someone said that at one point in time, Dylan and Jesse were the same person. It was Jesse Dylan Faden. And they said that the theory is, people have speculated the theory is that when Jesse Dylan Faden went to found the slidescape, the projector in Ordinary, something happened to where it turned them into split them into two different genders. It made them Jesse Dylan. So this kind of like plays off of that, or kind of semi confirms it, because these are all the different versions of Jesse. Lisa, Elisa, Jesse, Elizabeth, Liz, Savage, and Dylan. I hear their thoughts when they die. So every time they die, you can hear their thoughts. That's pretty weird. Or all versions of Shawn Ashmore can hear their thoughts. Who knows? Maybe. That's creepy. Let's go look for that polyhedron he's talking about. The other version of him hid. The ultimate guide spotting unidentified objects. It kind of looks like Jesse right there, pointing to the stars with the ponytail. Okay. Find the energy node.
Okay. It's safe. It's safe. The creek's deep in the forest, all the way in the waterfall. It's safe. Now get the fuck away from here before Thor zeroes in on me. I'll make it. I'm the chosen one out of all of the versions. Me. Yes. He's hidden the energy node at the creek in the forest. I have to find it.
Well, apparently he's not the chosen one because he had to escape, or Wandor probably got to him. Let's find out if he is the chosen one. Or maybe Shawn Ashmore himself is the chosen one. And he hid it behind the waterfall.
Okay, I found the creek. So, where's the energy node?
And if he's hearing the thoughts of the other Shawn Ashmore, other character version of himself, that means that version is dead. How's that line over there? That's locked. More FBC stuff. Oh shit, there it is.
There. Just like in the video game. Multiversal agent thing. Use the PRS on the energy node.
First of all, look at this freaking thing. What the hell is it? It's the triangle. It has code on it. What does it say? TX 34401A A3D. Wonder what that means. This is some alien technology right here, man. We just gotta use his thing to capture it.
Charged now. I had to get back to the trailer and the TV. Oh shit. Oh my god, shit. Please take me out. Not me.
You can't escape. I am everywhere.
You said please take me out of there, not me.
Fuck this shit! I thought it was just the plot of the video game. But it was all real. Door, the master of many worlds, was murdering versions of the agent. Played by me. Versions of myself. What the hell? Don't try anything! I've got a gun!
So wait a minute. So Dor just killed that version of him that lived here and hid that node. He sucked it out and put it into his device. Let's see. The agent looks just like him. It's like he's like witnessing different versions of himself dying. And now, this guy's attacking me. What the hell is it? I can't tell. Kinda looks like me too. It's got a nightclub though.
It's all true. It's no hoax. No video game. It's really happening. I was lost in the multiverse. I had to become the role to survive. Be the agent. I had to get back to the trailer and the TV. Use my PRS on it.
Yeah.
door would be coming for me next. I didn't want to face him. Fuck that. But I couldn't shake the feeling that it was inevitable.
So why is Walendor killing all these different versions of Sean Ashmore?
Use the PRS, the Polyhedron Reality shifter on the TV, to get out of here.
Okay, let's try it. Here we go.
I felt a strange pull from the vortex on the screen. I was afraid that wherever it would take me, I was going to run into this door person. But I couldn't stay here either.
Let's get a good look at that device. Calibrator, peak to peak. Beta, S4, SVO2A3, SVO5AS, S7C8A something. I can't tell that last one. A9. That's the device. Looks like the same symbol he had on his jacket. Now he's going into the freaking TV to change realities. There's this other flashlight device that stops the shifters. This is crazy. It is pitch black outside. So now the TV's got the portal, and I can jump into the TV to the next place. All right, time to go. Where it's taking me, we don't know.
No. Oh, no.
And now he's been sent to a different reality where it's black and white. Now it's the next polyhedron whatever on his patch. And looks like a cop. Cool mustache. And same logo again. But now where the hell? There's the broken TV that he came out of. Or in a black and white room. Welcome to Night Spring City's Oceanview Hotel. Enjoy your stay. Oh shit, we're in the Oceanview Hotel. And then what else do we got here? I think that's it for the room. Oh shit, okay, so now we're in the hotel. Oceanview Hotel. Still got my stuff. Enjoy your stay, alright. That's locked, that's closed. Take the supplies, that's for sure. There's a newspaper right there. What's that newspaper say? The Herald, towns, something demolished. Is that Parliament Tower? I think so.
was in a different reality. But not better, worse. Maybe by thinking of Door, I traveled closer to him, to where he was in control. Next time, I'd focus on something else.
Interesting. Grab all the supplies.
The clocks showed the way. They'd guide me through to get what I needed.
Entertainment lobby at 12. Tango lobby at 3. Coffee lobby at 9.
Okay, you got this. Find another node, another TV.
Slots. There we go. Nothing of value here. Entertainment at 12, Tango at 2, coffee at 9. What's this say?
I had to find the right version of the lobby in the right time, when what I needed was there.
It's always the right time to visit Night Spring City Oceanview Hotel. Thanks to our hotel's unique time anomaly, the time is up to you. Did you oversleep? Visit our morning lobby for the never-ending breakfast buffet. Craving one of our delicious signature cocktails? Stop by the 06 clock lobby, where happy hour is always in full swing. Just follow the clocks to the time of your choice. At the Oceanview Hotel, the right time is only a door away. Okay, well that's reassuring. Okay, at 6 there's happy hour. So where the hell do I want to go? Well, that's happy hour. That's what was 2 again? I forgot. 2 was Tango lobby, the Tango. And 12 was what was 12 again? Tango. Entertainment. Let's go to entertainment. Let's see what that's all about.
The same warning sign as before. It made me think the fabric of this place was unraveling.
Danger.
Something to do with Door?
Night Spring City, Oceanview Hotel, Reality Bleed Zone. Cross-dimensional anomaly, no trespassing. Is an overlapper here or something? Okay. What's gonna happen here?
A Lumivista TV. I just needed energy to power it. I couldn't hear the thoughts of the other me, the one native to this reality. Maybe Door had killed him already. Not a happy thought.
Okay. Maybe the version of him that lives here hasn't died yet. That could be a possibility. What's this say? Coffee at 9, Tango at 3, entertainment at 12. Same clocks. now we know the TV's at 12 o'clock. Let's see what we find at the other times. It's always the right time to visit Iceberg City Ocean Hotel. Same message. Okay, so where do we want to go? Do we want to go to the Tango at 2? Do we want to go to Coffee, or do we want to go to the Happy Hour? Let's go to next one. Let's go to the 2. Wait, that's 3. Wait a minute. What did it say over here? Oh, 3 is Tango. I thought that was 2 is Tango. Okay, 3 then. Let's go to Tango. Oh, it's the finished Tango. I haven't heard this song since Control.
Järveks luulin merta kerran, runon lausui hän. Mysteerin sen syövereissä vietti elämän. Alla synkän valtameren varjois vaeltaa. Etsii tietä valon luokse armaan ainiaan. Yksin sankar yön syvemmälle matkaa pois. Se taakka hänen harteillaan kuin lupaus aina ois. Täs pelissä tää narri lyödään maahan aina vaan hetki kuolos lepo suodaan jo takas kutsutaan.
This is Auntie singing Controls. This will help Jessie on her path.
Aika särkyy ikuisuuteen, laukaus kajahtaa. Ei onnellista loppua hän kohtaa milloinkaan. Niin monta kertaa kerrottu tää tarina jo on.
Now, apparently, the finished Tango is Auntie singing about all 3 characters. He's singing about Alan. He's singing a little bit about Jack Joyce. This is his part of the song. And he also sings about Jesse Faden. And when I first played the game of Control during my playthrough, I thought it was all about Jesse, I thought it was all about Alan, the song. But it's actually about all 3 characters and their journey.
Sankarilla tuhat kasvoo, polku lohduton. Yksin sankar yön syvemmälle matkaa pois. Se taakka hänen harteillaan kuin lupaus aina ois. Täs pelissä tää narri lyödään maahan aina vaan
here's another mind-blowing thing in the game. When you find this poster right here, this is a big lore dump right here. So apparently this poster, I didn't understand it at the time because one, I can't understand what the hell language this is. I can't speak this Finnish language, but pretty much this confirms that Thomas Zane, known as Thomas Zane, uh, in this, I don't know if this is another film of his or what, but here he's a race car driver. And the original Remedy game, uh, Death Rally, there's a racer in the game called Tom the Riddler or the Tom the Riddler, right? I forget his name. He used to be a race car driver, and something happened to him apparently where he got cursed by a demon or some shit in the game, and they cursed him, and he was bound to a car forever. So when you drive the car, he like tells you facts about the other racers, and he's like possessed by the car. And apparently, this confirms that Tom Zane is one of the Death Rally racers. Could this be another film of his? Could Death Rally be just another film he's going to make? Does this imply that they're going to remake Death Rally a second time for the modern day gaming? I don't know. But it's just crazy that there is Thomas Zane again, and now he's part of that lore of the Death Rally as the racer. So like these games just have so much depth to them, and the history, how everything ties together. Anyways.
Järveks luulin merta kerran, runon lausui hän. Mysteerin sen syövereissä vietti. Alla synkän valtavan siitietä valon luokse armaan. Yksin saadaan yön syvälle matkaa pois. Se taakka hänen harteillaan kuin lupaus aina ois. Täs pelissä tää narri lyödään maahan aina vaan. Vaan hetki kuomus lepo suodaan, jotta taas kutsutaan.
Okay, let's go to 6 o'clock now. Let's go to the happy hour. That one.
Aika särkyy ikuisuuteen, laukaus kadahtaa.
Okay, we're in happy hour time. We'll go to coffee time after this. that chatter? Clock? I guess it's the clock. Okay, it's time to go to your coffee time. Nothing happened there. This is coffee time. What happened here? Did I do something wrong? Let's go back to 12 o'clock. TV. O'clock.
Sankarilla 1000 kasvoa.
6 o'clock. O'clock. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I shouldn't go to 6 o'clock at all. If the puzzle's not working, then maybe I should go to 12. Yeah, I'm gonna go to 12. So 12. I'm gonna follow the pattern. 12, 3, 9. 12, 3. We're gonna skip 6. Let's go straight. 9. This should be the right order, right? Yup. Okay, I got the node. And this node looks different from the first one. As you can see, it's got more surfaces on it. The Ripple Effect Corp. Energy Node 81 SN993221. The Ripple Corp Effect. Ripple Effect Corp. REC. REC. Okay. Let's grab it and take it to the TV at 12 o'clock. door's busted right here.
The PRS was charged up. Now I find my way back to the TV. When I used the TV to travel between realities, I was thinking of Door. And the vortex brought me here, where the time breakers attacked me.
Okay. Well, time to go to 12 o'clock. This should be the TV right here. There it is. Oh shit. Get the hell out of here.
This time, a different tactic. I thought about the redheaded woman. She knew things. If I could find my way to her, she could help.
She's gonna focus now on the redheaded woman instead of focusing on the Warlin door. Alright, here we go. Let's do it. What if he shot the TV and he's fucked? He can't get out of here. That'd be funny.
Something was different. A strange feeling. Still, yet moving. Like frozen snapshots on a sequential path. And yet, thoughts flowing free. Like text read out loud.
So now I literally went into a freaking comic book reality where everything's a comic book. How cool is that? Breaking all kind of dimensions here.
It's you. I made it.
Door pulled you away. Thought you were gone, for sure.
I focused on you when I entered the vortex. I was trying to reach you.
You are full of surprises. Okay, let's try this out.
This is crazy. Too bad you can't zoom in on the art. So he's back at the Ripple Effect Corp, which is like the FBC. She's like, "Welcome back. Finally found you." And you can see the other different versions of himself. The cop from the Oceanview Hotel, the branch guy from, or whoever the hell that guy was, with the long hair from the woods. They're all different echoes.
Welcome to the headquarters of the Ripple Effect Corporation.
We were making a video game of the multiverse, but now it's suddenly real?
Real and not real exist side by side in the multiverse. Echoes flow through it like currents in a cosmic ocean, the Sea of Night.
There you go, there's the oldest house. There's Auntie hanging out, cleaning up. There's the whole monitoring station. They're monitoring different realities, the FPC agents. And she says echoes flow throughout it like a current in the cosmic ocean of the Sea of Night. Interesting. And they monitor all of it.
Conceptual, fictional, real, more real than real. Many versions of us all, in hidden interaction, linked by the energies that ripple through realities. One of you is killed in an explosion of dangerous energy, and another one instead gains superpowers. And yet another one meets an alien guardian angel. In one reality, we're not even real. Or as you say, characters in a video game.
And there's all the different versions of Sam Lake and Max Payne and Agent Alex Casey. And there are all the versions of Scratch and Alan and Thomas Zane. And there's Beth Wilder being killed by the explosion of the countermeasure. Then there's Jesse Faden right there gaining abilities to fly. And then I guess Jesse again with her powers with Polaris, being connected together with Polaris. In one reality, we are not even real, or as you say, characters in a video game.
Why is he after me? Who is Tor?
There are legends about him going back further than we can trace. They say he found an opening to a horrifying parallel reality that consumed him, gave him access to all realities. The feedback loop killing all other versions of him.
I am on the threshold. No. Door everywhere.
This is like the birth of Wallendor. This pretty much ties into the story of Quantum Break. If you remember in Quantum Break, Jack Joyce found a notepad, and Martin Hatch told him he wrote the notepad for Jack Joyce to find at the end of the game, and he said like, "I'm just like you, but different. Like I was the originator of the shifters. I was what you're about to become. I found a time machine just like you in a cave." And there's this scene right there of Martin Hatch / Wallendor finding the cave. And he discovered the time machine, and then all his other versions of him died. And they all became one at the same time. So he's everywhere and nowhere at the same time in all different realities. That's how you could jump around. And it also kind of coincides with the story of Alan Wake 2, where we find out in the FBC files that that Tor Anderson probably didn't like the fact that Wallendor was treating his daughter bad, so he or maybe they didn't get along just by philosophy reasons or something, and he tried to banish him, and he used his hammer and his bolt of lightning to send him away. And maybe he sent Saga's dad away, Wallendor. He sent him to this reality, and in this reality, that's where he found the time machine, his version of the countermeasure, and he took it and he became a shifter. So it kind of like puts both those theories together in one for the origins of Wallendor / Martin Hatch, which is crazy. But we don't know why Wallendor / Hatch wants to kill all the different versions of Jack Joyce. Maybe because he's the only one that could stop him.
We don't know why, but he sees the versions of you as a threat. He's killing them, bringing them back as time breakers. We thought he was after Branch. Now I'm thinking he's been after you.
Your lines breathe apart. The master of many worlds. We came through the door.
All right. What can I do?
He must be stopped. He leaves dead realities in his way, and he is only picking up speed.
I'm just an actor.
You could have fooled me. You travel through realities with greater accuracy than anyone I've ever seen. Beyond door, even. You picked it up just like that. Finding the place that made him may be the key to killing him. That was our theory. But we could never find it. Maybe you can.
So they're revealing that they have no idea why Wallendor wants to kill all different versions of Jack Joyce. But and then after he kills them, he turns them into time breakers, which is another word for saying shifters, because they can't use the word shifter anymore, I guess, because Microsoft owns the rights, so they're calling them time breakers now, I guess. And she's pretty much saying that he would turn all the other ones as time breakers, and they'd be hunting him down, telling him to play his part. And I guess Wallendor's looking for the main Sean Ashmore, which is the main actor. He's the main one that of all the different versions of himself. And this version of Jesse is telling him, like, we've been looking for his origin point. If we could find where Wallendor got his powers, we could stop him once and for all. But they haven't been able to find it yet. But maybe Sean Ashmore, the original or the main focal point of all the different versions of himself, maybe he could find that location and stop Wallendor once and for all.
Was there something between you and Branch?
What you think you are feeling is just an echo. Some other version of us in some other lifetime.
Maybe.
You'll come back for me? Maybe.
Wish me luck.
Luck is just an echo of an event carried over from another reality.
And this comic book, they're calling maybe Branch is Jack Joyce. They're using a different name for him. They're calling him Branch now. And he gets the feeling that they were both lovers or falling in love. And he's like, is it true that we were together? And she's like, maybe a different version of us was. And then he kind of, it's funny because she knew exactly what line he was going to say. He goes, you'll come back for me? And then, because that also confirms that she feels it as well. They were connected together as lovers. And then she says, luck is just an echo of an event carried over from another reality. Yeah, because echoes are what give inspiration to Alan Wake stories. There are different realities coming down to the dark place. So it's true what she says, echoes of an event carried over from another reality. Alright, here we go. So he's gonna go hunt for the origin of Wallendor / Martin Hatch. He's gonna try to find that place, that cave, that planet, wherever the hell he was. Wherever the hell Tor sent him off to.
I was an REC agent. This was my mission now. I focused on him. The darkness, the entropy, Tor, the master of many worlds.
I died before so many times. Now I'm in a freaking side-scroll shooter. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Killed all these shifter versions of myself. This is all the times that Waldorf's killed me. Oh boy. Woo! Oh no. He was out of versions of him. Look around this room first. There's the TV. Is there anything else here? Alright, let's take this cube. Get the heck out of here. I love that they made an 8-bit version of Finnish Tango.
I've been brought to the very edge of the multiverse. Or some deep, dark trench in it. Everything sucked dry of color and energy. I had to find door, or the means to travel on.
So now he focuses all his energy on trying to find door again. And it took him to a desolate reality. He called it the edge of the multiverse. And if you notice here, this is pretty depressing. He's in a field of darkness of, and look at all these freaking nodes. Countless nodes. Look at all these freaking nodes. Could this mean that all these nodes were all once him? A failure that the many times of failure that he tried to stop Wallendor? How many millions of these freaking things did Wallendor kill? How many of the millions of these Sean Ashmores did he kill? It's pretty crazy. Let's keep looking around.
go to hell.
All these pages in the forest. See if we can read what one says. This is a multiverse. Beyond each dark dune of this expansion, there was nothing in it. I can't read the rest of it. It's all blocked in sand. Well, this one's not. Okay, it says, this is a reality at the edge of the multiverse, devoured of color and energy. In entropic wasteland, every shape here was formed by dark pages filled with pale words. The underlying tissue of all reality now exposed. The only thing that remained were the dead energy nodes, built to last to the very collapse of the multiverse. Behind each dark dune of the desert lay a further expansion of nothing. There was nothing here except decay and inevitability. The path to oblivion was growing short, but time marched on regardless. The hell does that mean? Also, now we learned that that logo on his jacket is the FBC version of this world. The R something. RIC or RC something. Like his patch changed.
Was Dor getting desperate?
Stand on top of it.
It felt like the text was the only thing holding this place together. All of it being reduced to its conceptual form. Soon it would just be words.
This was a reality at the edge of the multiverse, devoured with color and energy. Every shape here was formed by dark pages filled with pale words. Underlying tissue was a reality now exposed. The only thing that remained was the dead energy nodes built to last to the every collapse of the multiverse. Behind each dark dune of this desert lay a future expansion of nothing. There was nothing here except for decay and inevitability. The path to oblivion was going short, but time marched on regardless. I lifted the black page in front of my eyes and read the pale letters in it. I lifted the black page in front of my eyes and read the pale letters in front of me. It keeps going and going. So just endless, endless.
I was close. I knew I was close now.
Let's get the hell out of here. Look at that color. Okay, this is the craziest part of the whole thing. This is like a text adventure, those classic text adventure games. And apparently, there's like so many different routes you could take. And like I said, I think this part right here, people are going to study this part for future Remedy games for a long time. Because there's so much lore, weird stuff going on. So let's go with the path, let's just choose whatever. I'll try to read them all if I can after this, but we'll see. After a dreamless sleep, you come to the gradually become aware of utter lack. There is nothing. Let's focus. You search for something to focus on. An idea from a geometric shape comes to your mind. A paragontal trapezoid. How did you know the name of this shape? That you don't know. You feel yourself fading, drifting apart, losing your essence in the stream of consciousness, the ebbs and the flows of your thoughts. Let yourself go or hold yourself together. Let's, hold yourself together? You fight to hold yourself together, to swim against the current, to break to the surface. Coming to focus, you realize your first impression was wrong. There is something, and there is you. Slowly you sense the words describing this, describing how it is. Here, in the farthest reaches of the multiverse, you have reached a reality where only ideas exist. An idea of reality, a conceptual reality. A thought tries to form in your mind. So you can see thoughts that come out of your head. Focus on your thought. You focus on the thought and it becomes clear. In the beginning, there was the Word. Here only words exist. They are everything. They describe this world and you in it. Decipher the words. In the beginning, there was the Word. The Word describes you standing in a barren, conceptual desert. It stretches on to eternity, in a place outside time. You wait an immeasurable amount of time above. Ideas of stars slightly collide and collapse into black holes. With an idea of a desert comes an idea of feeling thirsty. Imagine a cup of coffee or imagine a cup of tea. Let's go with the coffee. Gotta go with the coffee, right? As you imagine it, a cup of coffee, your favorite hot beverage, manifests itself. The idea of it, the concepts of its delicious smell and taste. You savor it. You imagine savoring it. You understand here. Your thoughts are as real as anything. Assess your situation. You realize you could be trapped here forever. Vaguely, you remember that you are on a mission of vital importance. You feel the details of it already dissolving. You must figure out a way to escape before you lose yourself again. When traveling through the vortex, you always had a focal point in mind. Yeah, because first you would think about Scratch, then you thought about the red-headed woman, then you focus more on the origins of Scratch. So every time you use the device, when you went through the TV, when you travel through the vortex, you always had a focal point in mind. Could that be the solution here as well? So what should I focus on? Should I focus on the Master of Many Worlds, or should I focus on the redheaded woman? I think if you focus on them, there's so many different outcomes. So every time I focus on the Master of Worlds, I got nowhere. You just keep killing me, or not killing me, but sending more of my dead versions of me after me. But that feeling of remembering the red-hooded woman and the feelings they had is more intriguing, so I'm gonna go with that. Focus on the red-headed woman. You think of her, and she is there. You are with her. This version of her knows nothing about the multiverse. Her name is Lisa. See, she's one of the freaking names that came out on the whiteboard of different versions of Beth Wilder and Jesse Faden. She is a dancer. She wears a spiral pendant around her neck. Whoa. You feel a strong pull toward her. Okay. That's interesting. And tell her that you come back for her, or thank her for coming back for you. Ooh, which one is it? If she knows nothing of the multiverse, and she's just a dancer and all this, you're gonna have to. It'll make more sense if you tell her that you've come back for her, to remind her who she really is. So I'm gonna go with that one. Tell her that you've come back for her. She thinks it's a pickup line, but it makes her smile. There's an echo of it having been said many times across many realities, and that gives it gravity. So she feels the echo of all the times that Sean Ashmore's character has told. Well, it's Courtney Hope who plays those characters. So she feels the gravity of it and accepts it. Not long after, you are a couple. You are head over heels happy. But when you experienced in the multiverse still haunts you. Uh-oh, okay. Should we forget our past or should we conceal our past? Let's forget our past. You pack your RC equipment in a box and take it down to the basement. Oh, so he's putting away all his FBC equipment. You run into a janitor with a strong accent and a friendly face. That's Auntie. You find yourself trusting him. He promises to keep the box safe for you. Just like when he promised Thomas Zane / Alan / Alice that he would keep the shoebox safe for them as well. Soon the madness of your adventure across the multiverse starts to seem like a dream. Your life with Lisa is now your reality. Settle down to live your life with her. Okay, that's all choice we have. So you're putting away all your multiverse madness away, and you're just gonna live a normal life with this dancer, Lisa. You return to your acting work as Sean Ashmore, but you stay away from video games because you're scared of them. You love Lisa, but you don't get to spend a lot of time together. You are both busy. She trains hard. She has a big dance production in the works. You can tell she is very tired, not doing well. She's having trouble with her ankle. That's like the worst thing a dancer could do is have trouble with their feet. It's a classic story of all dancers and ice skaters. She asked for your advice. Should you cancel her new show or push on? Let's tell her to cancel. It'd be the wise choice. You'd advise her to cancel and look after her health. There will be other shows. She cancels her show disappointed and collapses. She's burnt out, more tired than either of you have realized. She needs to rest. Her ankle will heal. She thanks you for being there for her, but you can tell she is disappointed. Find a way to distract her, or give her some space. Well, the right answer would be to give her some space. But let's go and distract her. Find a way to distract her. You feel you both need a break from away from the city. You surprise her with a rented cabin on an island in the breathtaking Caldera Lake in the Pacific Northwest. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I know where this is going. He's taking her to freaking Bright Falls to the freaking Cauldron Lake. You tell her yourself you can rest here. You think you'll be happy here. Tell her you love her, okay? She says she loves you too. That night she wakes up to a terrible nightmare. She is distressed but eventually calms down in your arms. The nightmare comes every night after that. So it's like Alice being haunted or something. Her description of the dream is eerily familiar to you. In it, she is aware of the multiverse, the many versions of you and her. The memories come flooding back. In her dreams, you are murdered again and again. Just like they said, dreams are just echoes or windows into other realities. She doesn't want to sleep anymore. You are worried. So now she has a fear that she keeps seeing him die over and over. So the multiverse storyline is starting to creep back on him. He can't escape it. Tell her the truth about the multiverse or console her. It's only a dream. Damn. Let's tell her about the multiverse. Fuck it. You tell her the truth about the multiverse. Her dreams have felt so real that it so immediately believes what you tell her. She is furious at you for keeping this from her. Tell her you forgot it yourself for a long time. Okay, that's a bullshit lie. She can't believe you forgot. How could anyone possibly forget something like this? You have to wonder yourself. Tell her everything you can remember. From then on, she becomes obsessed with the multiverse. That's all she wants to talk about. Determined to learn everything she can. One night you gasp awake. She is not there. She has left a note. From outside you hear her talking with a man with a strong accent. He sounds familiar, even if you can't quite place it. Uh-oh. Should we open the note or run outside? Damn. We gotta open the note. Opening the note, you hear a Lumivista TV triggered. The sound of the vortex between worlds somehow. She has your PRS device, whatever. The one you gave to the janitor for safekeeping. Half a content away. Uh-oh. So she's talking to Ati? In her note, she writes that she has gone to find her destiny in the multiverse. Inside the note is her spiral pendant. Pick up the pendant. Uh-oh. She's taking off into the TV, going back to her destiny without you. You pick up the spiral pendant. You realize you have lost your way, forgotten your mission and your goal. You have drifted off course, carried by currents of your hopes and ideas in a conceptual reality. You frown, trying to remember where you were trying to go. What was your mission? You look for it, shifting through your thoughts. It comes to you with a jolt. You were trying to find your way to the master of many worlds. There was something about a door. Focus on the door. With that, a door opens to come into focus. you realize it is missing something. Hang the spiral pendant on the door, or open the door. Let's hang the spiral pendant on the door. Let's turn it. Oh, I know why. Because hanging the spiral pendant on the door means you turn it into the writer's room. There is now a spiral symbol on the door, and with that, the door is fully there. Open the door. You turn it into the writer's room. You open the door. You step over to the threshold of the dark place, and now what happens? You step inside and stand in a room with a man, the master of many worlds, sitting behind a desk typing, turning concepts and ideas into words. Shaping this reality, he lifts his head. Look at the master of many worlds. You stare at the man in the eye. With a shock, you realize that you have made a mistake. You have come to the wrong place. The man, this master of many worlds, is not the one you were looking for. He is not Door. He is someone else entirely. You want to ask him what he knows, but it's already too late.
We have witnessed a case of mistaken identity. But in the vastness of the multiverse, with an endless number of versions of ourselves, what is identity anyway? Can there be more than one master of many worlds? Or did our hero take a wrong turn somewhere along the way? Was this particular journey precisely what was needed to make him the one he was meant to become? One thing is certain. I am your host, the one and only Warlin Door, and this is Night Springs.
Space invader, looking cute in a human suit. Secret agents with the down race they shoot. Psychic powers, hypnotizing magic fruit. Strange machines, weird mysteries. We got freaky fantasies. In Night Springs, psycho killer on the run. Yeah, in Night Springs, I done the black hole sun. 'Cause in Night Springs, we're just looking for the thrill. All your nightmares come true. Crashing through the warning signs, your car breaks down just outside in Night Springs. Endless versions of this town, they're called out the elder god who live inside a sleeper's dream. Better let her sleep in Night Springs. If I die in your arms on a Monday, I hunt you when you like it. In Night Springs, caught in an endless time loop. Yeah, in Night Springs, a solar system in your soup. 'Cause in Night Springs, we're just looking for the thrill. All your nightmares come true. Lost in myths for days and days. Now you see the sign it says Night Springs. In Night Springs, caught in an endless time loop. Yeah, in Night Springs, a solar system in your soup. 'Cause in Night Springs, we're just looking for the thrill. All your nightmares come true. Lost in myths for days and days. Now you see the sign it says Night Springs.
Okay, so the big shocking ending right there was Shot Asmore tried to suppress his memories of his mission. He tried to live a life with this Lisa dancer. It backfired when he started having nightmares at the Cauldron Lake about all the versions of him that were dying. So then he told her about the multiverse, and she couldn't believe that he lied to her, kept it from, or that she lied to him. I mean, that he lied to her. And then what made it even worse was Ati came and visited her and gave her the shoebox and gave her the equipment and told her, "You gotta go through the TV, fulfill your destiny." And she gave him the spiral pendant that he had gave to her for a gift. And when he finally realized what he had to do in his original mission, he put that spiral pendant on the door, which turned into the writer's room, and there was the master of many worlds of that version, which was Alan Wake, but not the master of many worlds that he was looking for, Wallendor. So there's another failed attempt at Alan trying to get out of the dark place. Now there's so many different options you could do in that text adventure thing. So I'm gonna try to read them all. Let's see what happens. Um, Here I'm gonna see if I can find a page that shows all the different outcomes. Okay, I found a page online that has the entire tree of options, and let's try to go through it and see which one we could find. Let's try to decipher them all. So it starts at the top. Now let's give credit to this person who made the whole entire list. So thank you to that person. And let's go from the very top. And eventually they all lead to the same thing. They all lead to the writer, which is Alan, because he's the one writing this version of Night Springs. So let's take all the different paths and try to break them down. Because I guarantee you people are going to be talking about this tree of paths for a long time. Because this could lead to like future Remedy games. Or some of them could. Who knows? So after, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to read it though. After dreamless sleep, you come to gradually become aware of the utter lack. There is nothing. So if you chose let yourself go, focus, or go back to sleep, let's go with this branch right here. If you go and let yourself go, you let yourself drift apart, losing what thought and focus you had. Sleep reclaims you, and it spits you to nowhere really. Now if you go back to sleep, it spits you to you allow yourself to slip back under, drifting into oblivion. Whatever. And it throws you back to focus. So both outcomes are always going to throw you to focus. And then when you go to focus, it says you search for something to focus on. An idea of a geometric shape comes to your mind, a pentagon trapezoid. How did you know the name of the shape that you didn't know? You feel yourself fading, drifting apart, losing your essence in the stream of conscious, the ebbs and flows of your thoughts. Now, if you let yourself go, you go right back to focus. But if you choose hold yourself together, like we all did, like I just did, it says you fight to hold yourself together, to swim against the current, to break the surface coming to your focus. You realize your first impression was wrong. There is something and there is you. Slowly you sense the words describing this how it is. Here is the farthest reaches of the multiverse. You have reached a reality where only ideas exist. An idea of reality, a conceptual reality, a thought ties in form of your mind. So then you go down to focus your thought. You focus your thought and it becomes clear. In the beginning there was only the word. Here only the word exists. They are everything. They describe this word and you in it. Now this is very important, this line. Uh, in the beginning there was only the word. That's very important. It kind of implies that Alan is writing down this the rules of the law of the multiverse. But it also has a bigger meaning that people have speculated, and I'll tell you later. So then you go to decipher the words. The words describe you standing in a barren conceptual desert, which he was, and the stretches on to eternity, in a place outside of time. You wait to an immersive amount of time above ideas stare of stars slightly collide and collapse into black holes. With an idea of a desert comes an idea of feeling thirsty. So here's where the branch starts going crazy. You can either go with the cup of coffee or the cup of tea. Let's go with last time we chose the coffee. So let's read what the coffee said again. As you imagine a cup of coffee, your favorite hot beverage, manifests itself. The idea of it, the concept of its delicious smell and taste, you savor it, you imagine savoring it, you understand that. Your thoughts are as real as anything. So coffee is a big thing in Remedy lore because everybody in Remedy loves coffee. It's a big thing. It was a big inspiration from Twin Peaks. Everybody loves coffee. We all love coffee. Now, if you were to go to imagine a cup of tea, here's what it says. As you imagine it, a cup of tea, you chosen hot beverage manifests itself. The idea of it, the concept of smell and taste is real. You wonder why you didn't go with coffee as your favorite drink. You sigh wistfully. You imagine a sigh. You understand that here. Your thoughts are as real as anything. So it seems like coffee is the right way to go. But reality is they're just a preference because they both assert your situation and they both put you on this path. Now here is where everything branches off. Once you get to this point right here, it branches off into two different options, and then from there it just goes crazy. So let's read this main branch. You realize you could be trapped here forever. Vaguely you remember that you are on a mission, a vital importance. You feel the details of it are already dissolving. You must figure out a way to escape before you lose yourself again. When traveling through the vortex, you always had a focal point in mind. Could that be a solution here as well? So he's talking about every time he used that device in the TV, he always had a focal point to think about. So there's two big options. You could focus on the master of many worlds, or you could focus on the red-headed woman. For now, let's go with the red-headed. I'm gonna read them all. But let's go with the red-headed woman because that's the one I chose, and we could branch off between those two. So thinking of the red-headed woman, as you go through the TV, you think of her, and there she and she is there. You are with her. This version of her knows nothing about the multiverse. Her name is Lisa. She is a dancer. She wears a spiral pendant around her neck. You feel a strong pull toward her. Now the cool thing about this line right here about Lisa and the dancer, in the next Control game, they released the trailer, and one of the enemies you have to fight looks like a ballerina dancer. And there's even like posters on the wall for a dance that's gonna happen somewhere in New York that you could go attend to go see. So this kind of like blends into that story. So that's why people are taking this tree branch like gospel. It could be a future games. And nobody knew about this dancer and coming true until they announced that Control trailer that just happened like a couple weeks ago or a week or so ago from this recording, which is crazy. So it just proved that some of these branches could be real future games. So originally I had chose tell her that you've come back for her. I chose that path, but you could also choose thank you for coming back for you. Either way, it's gonna put you on the same path. This line. She thinks it's a pickup line, but it makes her smile, and there's an echo of it having been said many times across the multi realities, and that gives it gravity. Not long after you are a couple, you are head over heels happy, but what you experienced in the multiverse still haunts you. Now here's where it kind of branches off again, but still stays on course. So let's read. I had chose forget your past. You pack up your FBC equipment in a box and take it down to the basement. You run into a janitor with a strong accent and a friendly face, which is Audie. You find yourself trusting him. He promises to put the shoe box in a safe place for you. The madness of your adventure across the multiverse starts to seem like a dream. Your life with Lisa is now a reality. So he forgets his past. That's the one I chose. But then you could also choose conceal your past. You pack your FPC equipment in a box and drive to a nearby bridge. You throw the box over the railing and watch it hit the water and disappear into the darkness. The ripples spread across the black mirror surface. You vow to hide your past from everyone, even Lisa. She thinks she'd think you're crazy if you told her, pretty much. And it kind of implies that he throws it into the water, and maybe he threw it into like Cauldron Lake or something. Maybe Alan picks up the shoebox with all the multiverse knowledge and the FPC and all that. Who knows? So they both lead down to settle down to live your life with her. Both versions. And here it says you return to your acting work, because you're an actor, of course, but you stay away from video games because you're scared of video games. You love Lisa, but you don't get to spend a lot of time together. You are both busy. She trains hard. She has a big dance production in the works. You can tell she is very tired and not doing well. She's having trouble with her ankle. She asks for your advice. Should she cancel her new show or push on? So this is the where it starts branching off like crazy as well again. Last time I advised her to cancel. Let's go through those different forms. You advise her to cancel and look after her health. There will be other shows. She cancels her show disappointed and collapses. She had burnt out, more tired than either of you had realized. She needs to rest. Her ankle will heal. She thanks you for being there for her, but you can tell she's disappointed. And then it says, do you give her some space or find a way to distract her? I chose find a way to distract her. Here it says, uh, you feel both you need a break away from the city. You can surprise her with a rented cabin on an island breathtaking in the Caldera Lake in the Pacific Northwest, pretty much Bright Falls, Cauldron Lake. You tell her yourselves you could rest here and think you'd be happy. That's fine. That's an option. But if you would have chose give her some space, you give her space, but as time grows on, you increasingly distant, you fear she resents you. And then after she starts to resent you, you go back to finding a way to distract her. So it was just best to distract her in the first place. But before you decide to go to the cabin, you could have taken another route. And that other route is this. Encourage her to push on. You encourage her and she is relieved, happy to push on with your help and support. On opening night on stage, she twists her ankle with an audible crack. The x-ray shows a fracture. Her show is cancelled. She is devastated. Oh, that's the worst outcome right there. Then you can find a way to distract her from her ankle breaking to take her mind off her fracture, and you could take her to the Cauldron Lake. Or you could give her some space, and she says you give her space to process her feelings. Eventually she comes to you. She may be unable to dance again, but she is grateful to have you by her side. That's pretty messed up. And eventually it goes back to uh you'll have to distract her, or it could go this way. So we go back to going to Cauldron Lake. And then it says you tell her you love her. She says she loves you too. That night she wakes up in a terrible nightmare. She is distressed but eventually calms down in your arms. Nightmare comes every night after that. In her dreams she is aware of the multiverse and the many versions of you and her. In her dreams you are murdered again and again. She doesn't want to sleep anymore. You are worried. So you can do two options. This is where it gets crazy. You could tell her about the multiverse, or you can hide the truth and it will only upset her if you forgot it. It says it consoles her, it's only a dream. So let's try to tell her about the multiverse. You tell her the truth about the multiverse. Her dreams have felt so real that she immediately believes what you are telling her. She is furious at you for keeping this from her. So you could do two things. You could say, tell her you forgot everything, or tell her you were afraid that no one would believe you. So let's go with the forgot version like I did last time. She can't believe you forgot. How could anyone possibly forget something like this? you have to wonder yourself. So it forces you to tell her everything you can remember. And from there on, she becomes obsessed with the multiverse. That's all she wants to talk about, determined to learn everything she can. One night you gasp awake and she is not there. She has left a note from outside. You hear her talking with a man, which is with a strong accent. So it's pretty much Ati. He sounds familiar, even if you can't place it. If so, last time I chose to open the note, but if you chose to run outside, you run outside in time to see her in the familiar glow of a Lumivista TV. Somehow she has your PRS, the one you gave her to the janitor for safekeeping, half a continent away. You call out to her, but she can't hear you in the roar of the vortex between realities, and then she is gone. Hollow, you return inside. And then it tells you, uh, you go to, back to, from then on, she becomes obsessed with the reality. Uh, I guess it points you in this other direction where it says run outside. You open the note to hear the sound of a luminous TV trigger. The sound vortex. Somehow she took your PRS, the one you cast away in the river. Oh, that's the other option. She has gone to find her destiny in the multiverse. Inside the note is a spiral pendant. So somehow, either way, she's gonna take off into the TV. Um, and then it says you can open the note. In her note, she writes that she has gone to find her destiny in the multiverse. Inside the note is a spiral pendant. Pick up the pendant. You pick up her spiral pendant. You realize you have lost your way, forgotten your mission and your goal. You have drifted off course, carried by the currents of your hopes and ideas in this conceptual reality. You frown, trying to remember where you were trying to go. What was your mission? You looking for it, shifting through your thoughts. It comes to you like with a jolt. You were trying to find your way to the master of many worlds. There was something about a door. So there's that version. You could also do this other version where you tell her you hide the truth. It will only hurt her. If you forget, you say it consoles her. Uh, so it says you try to take her mind off her dreams, but it's not working. She pushes you away and shuts down. She is depressed and you're angry. One night you gasp awake and you think you heard a splash from the lake outside. Her side of the bed is empty except for a note. So in this version of telling her a lie about keeping the multiverse alive from her, saying it was all a dream, in this version she jumps into the Cauldron Lake, which is crazy. Maybe that's how Jesse was in the TV during the scene with Alan and Thomas Zane. Maybe that version of Jesse was Lisa inside the TV. Maybe she's somewhere inside the dark place because she jumped into the lake because she thought she was having nightmare. Her nightmares weren't true, and he lied to her, saying, it's not real. Uh, she left a note after she jumped into the lake. So you open the note. It's a suicide note. She couldn't go on living with the nightmares. She drowned herself in the lake. Inside the note is a spiral pendant. So it's almost parallel to Alice when she jumped into the lake, faking her suicide. Then you could do two options. You can either open the note or run outside. You run outside calling her name. The night is dark and silent. Ripples spread across the black mirror surface of the lake. After shouting and searching for a long time, you return inside, frightened to the point of being nauseous. So that's if you would have ran outside instead of picking up the note first. So either way, she jumped into the lake. Pick up her pendant. Okay? Picking up the spiral pendant, you realize you have lost your way, you've forgotten your mission. So either way, it leads you to that pendant and forgetting your way. So if you told her everything was real, she goes off to the TV to find her destiny. If you told her it was a dream and to go back to bed, she ends up jumping into the lake thinking she's suiciding, but literally she's falling into Cauldron Lake. So that's very interesting. But either way, you end up with the outcome of you forgotten your mission. So now it's time to focus on Door. because you done lost her either way. And when you focus on door, with that a door begins to come into focus. You realize that something's missing. So you have two options. You could open the door or hang the spiral pendant on the door. Last time I hung the spiral pendant on the door, or on my when the playthrough you just saw, I hung the spiral pendant on the door. So let's read that again. There is now a spiral symbol on the door, and when the door is fully there, open the door. You open the door, you step over the threshold, you step inside with a man in a room, the master of many worlds sitting behind the desk typing conceptual ideas into words that shape into reality. He lifts his head. You look at the master of many worlds. You stare at the man in the eye. With a shock, you realize that you have made a mistake. You have come to the wrong place. The man of mystery worlds is not the one you were looking for. He is not Door. He's someone else entirely. You want to ask him what he knows, but it's already too late, and it takes you to the final outcome, which is the writer, Alan. So that's the path I chose. But here's another path you could do. Um, where is it? Uh, Damn, where is it at? Don't tell me I lost it. Oh, over here. That's if you just would have hanged the spiral pendant on the door. But if you chose not to, it puts you in a loop. Uh, with the door, you come to realize something's missing. You open the door. The door is there, and not yet not quite. It's missing something vital to make it fully manifest. So it forces you, even if you chose the door without the spiral pendant, it forces you to put the pendant back on the door. And that's the outcome I got. So that was the whole entire branch. So she's either gonna jump into the lake and suicide, depression, or she's gonna find her destiny, and Ati's gonna give her the shoebox, and she's gonna go after her other versions of herself and figure out her true destiny through the TV. And you're gonna end up with Alan in the writer's room and realize you lost your way. So those are the outcomes in that whole scenario for falling for the redheaded woman. And so now let's go to the second big branch tree, and it looks like this branch tree gets crazy as well. So let's follow it all the way back. It's crazy how this map is, and all the way back to the origin point of this branch. Instead of focusing on the red-headed woman, this time we're gonna focus on the master of many worlds and see where this story takes us. Uh, so here we go. Let's take that path instead. Focus on the master of many worlds. Okay, so here it says you focus your thoughts on the master of many worlds. The desert dreamscape around you darkens. You vaguely feel the terrible weight of an alien godlike awareness shift many realities away. How can you possibly find him, let alone face him? So you have two options. You can either meditate to learn or prepare for war. Let's go with the branch of Let's go with the inner branch, prepare for war. Let's prepare for war instead. You know what you will have to face the master of many worlds and his army of time breakers or shifters, if you want to call them. He will show you no mercy. You must prepare. So here you have two options to prepare for war. You can either search for allies or search for refuge. Let's go with this side first. Let's go with search for refuge. You seek a perfect place of power to build your base of operations. In the desert, you come upon a gigantic, uh, petrified tree trunk. You convert it into a skyscraper of a brutalist architecture. You set up an organization or corporation. You call it the REC, a Ripple Threat Corporation. That name feels appropriate. So this feels crazy. This almost feels like the origins of Control. Perhaps it was Sean Ashmore. His, he's the one that creates the FBC in this reality. It's because you seek a perfect place of power. And you find in that desert that you're in, you find a giant old tree trunk. Because if you remember in Control, they say the oldest house is like a tree of branching off realities. You convert it into a skyscraper of brutalist architecture, and you set up the FBC pretty much. This name feels appropriate. So this is how he prepares for war against Wallendor is by building the FBC out of a tree. That's just crazy. And it becomes New York City and all that years later. Search for allies. You seek for allies across the multiverse, reaching out to other versions of you who have not been turned into shifters or time breakers by Door. You build an army, the perfect army. You share a telepathic link with them, with all different versions of yourself. You are a perfect army. Others join your cause as well. Okay? And then it takes you to this branch called, you call it the REC Ripple Effect Corporation. The name feels appropriate. You are approached by a version of the red-headed woman. Her name is Jessbet. She doesn't know you, but there is a connection there. You make her the director of the corporation. Could that be Dylan Faden? Or, not Dylan Faden, I mean Jesse Faden? She carries a powerful weapon that can take many forms, which is the freaking, the service weapon that the board gave her. Wait a minute. Does that mean that the board is all different versions of Shawn Ashmore? Who knows? This is crazy. So from that, you trust Jessbet with the weapon. As a director, Jebset warns you that the FPC is currently not equipped to subdue the Master of Many Worlds. Without a technological breakthrough, your chances are slim. You trust Jezbet to wield the powerful weapon. She seems relieved and swears to defend you and the corporation from the enemy. Scour the multiverse for technology. Okay, let's go through that path. Um, Under the director's leadership, agents of the FPC scour the multiverse and encounter many uncontrollable horrors. There are casualties. Finally, they locate a reality with a single alien being of godlike power. Could that be Polaris? It is a shape like a polyhedron. Sounds about right. Could that be a hedron? Uh, and Polaris. The begin the beginning has the being has enough power to potentially defeat the master of many worlds, but the very sight of it drives agents who look at it mad. That's crazy. Okay, have you brought it to you have it brought to the FBC? The alien being is shipped. Talking about Hedron, the alien being is shipped to the FBC headquarters, where it is secured in a containment cell. Not after that, the director comes to you with an intelligence of the master of many worlds preparing an all-out attack. The FPC is running out of time. Unfortunately, attempts to research the alien beings stall, as everyone who is exposed to it goes insane, like the hiss. Given the situation, Jebset, Jessbet, whatever, suggests a desperate plan. Harness the being's power and detonate it as a bomb. Okay, damn. So they're gonna use Hedron as a bomb. Okay, so you go two different options here. Research the alien being yourself or urge her to utilize the alien as a bomb. Let's go with the bomb theory. Under the guidance, the corporation builds a complex transportation system to move the alien out to the battlefield. Okay, sounds like they use those underground train railroads that the FBC has. It possesses a terrifying power. You believe it can be used as a bomb of all devastating force. It will be your last resort if all else fails. It's time to confront the master of many worlds. As a hush falls upon the FBC headquarters, as you wait for the enemy to come, people, your agents, your warriors stand staring at the monitors on the walls. Chessbet stands beside you. Then they come. time breakers shifting and filling the desert. Talk about the shifters. Each one is a version of you, killed and corrupted by the master of many worlds. The multiverse is infinite, and there are millions of them. Holy shit. It's a big ass war about to break out. So there's two different options. You could lead the attack if you took the weapon, or lead the attack, if you took the weapon. Let's go with if lead the attack if you took the weapon. Alright, let's go lead the attack. Lead the attack. You fight off the Timebreaker as your agents are cut down all around you. You see the FBC headquarters in flames. Despite your efforts, you are dragged down by the sheer number of enemies. Uh-oh. Do you keep fighting or do you use the alien as a bomb? Let's keep fighting. You refuse to give up, counting to struggle as the Timebreakers overwhelm you, the shifters. Suddenly, Jezbet comes to your rescue. With her powerful shifting weapon, the service weapon, she shoots the Timebreakers, pinning you, the shifters, pinning you down, and extends her hand. Okay, she gives you her hand. You take her hand. She pulls you to your feet. Looking around, you'll see all is lost. Your agents are dead or dying. The headquarters in flames. It's now or never, she says. She says, eyes grim with determination. Now we're gonna use the alien bomb. You give the order. As the alien lands on the battlefield amidst the chaos, you kiss her. Jezebel's face is the last thing you see before the hum of its resonance defends and blinds you, rising in the pitch and brightness to white noise. Cover your ears, okay? Or yeah, cover your ears. You throw your hands against your ears in an effort to block the sound. Then nothing. The world and everything in it cut off, slid off. You blink and you're all alone in a deafening silence. The alien gone, your agents, Jezbet, the shifters, the skyscraper all gone. You're all alone in the desert. Jezbet's weapon lies on the ground, the service weapon. So you pick up the weapon. Pick up her weapon. When you pick it up, it turns into a key in your hands, okay? Because every director that wields the service weapon, it turns into something different. So when he picks up the weapon, it turns into a key. You look at the key. Uh, you try to remember. Or no, look at the key. You look at the key. You realize you have lost your way, forgotten your mission and your goal. You have drifted off course, carried by the currents of your hopes and ideas in the conceptual reality. You try to remember. You frown trying to remember where you were trying to go, with what your mission. You look for it. Shifting through your thoughts, it comes to you with a jolt. You were trying to find your way to the master of many worlds. There was something about a door, so you focus on the door. What that door brings you to come to the focus, you realize it is missing something. If you open the door is there, and yet you are not quite there. It is you're missing something vital to make it fully manifest for you to use. So it throws you back to focus on the door. You use the key with the door. You push the key forward, the idea of a keyhole on the not quite there door, and with that the door is fully realized. You open the door. You turn the key and open the door. You step over the threshold. You step inside and stand in a room with a man, the master of many worlds, sitting behind a desk, typing, turning concepts and ideas into words, and his head lifts. You look at the master of many worlds. You stare the man in the eye with a shock. You realize that you have made a mistake. You have come to the wrong place. The man, this is master of many worlds, is not the one you were looking for. He is not Door. He is something else entirely. You want to ask him what he knows, but it's already too late. And then it takes you to continue, and it takes you straight to the writer, back to Alan Wake, and that's how it ends. Interesting, interesting. Let's branch off from that and go to some different options of that multi-war with the FBC and Wallendor. Let's see. Damn, it's so confusing to navigate it backwards. Uh, uh, it's time to confront the master of many worlds. A hush falls upon the RAC headquarters as you wait for the enemy to come. People, your agents, your warriors stand monitors on the walls. Jebset stands beside you. Then they come. The shifters filling the desert. Each one is a version of you, killed and corrupted by the many master of many worlds. He has infants in them. So now it says, you can lead the attack if you took the weapon. Snarling, wielding the powerful. Okay, so it's this one. In this version, he takes the service weapon, I guess. Snarling, wielding the powerful shifting weapon in your hand. So instead of letting Jesse fight with the weapon, you take the service weapon. Snarling, wielding the powerful shifting weapon in your hand, you destroy the shifters by the hundreds. They come in endless waves. Your agents are dead or dying. The FBC headquarters in flames. You witness Jeb's set to be overrun by enemies. You can either use the alien bomb or fight your way to her. Let's use the alien bomb instead. You use the alien bomb. You give the order to the massive time breakers to lock your eyes with Jeb said, who gives you a clipped nod. You only have a moment before the alien lands on the battlefield. Amidst the chaos, the hum of the resonance is deafening and blinding. It rises in a pitch and brightness to white noise. So there's different options here. You cover your ears, and that you says you throw your hands against your ears in an effort to block out the sound. The world, everything is cut off. You blink and alone. You're alone and deafening silence. The aliens gone. Your agents are gone. Jesse's gone. The shifters are gone. The skyscraper building's gone. Everything's gone, and the weapon shifts to a final time. It is now a key in your hands. All right, that was that side of the options. You look at the key. You realize you have lost your way. You frown, trying to remember where you were. What was your mission? And it's gonna take you down that same path. Uh, you can also use this other path, which is instead of taking the weapon, or instead of using the alien bomb, you fight your way to her with the service weapon. So if you fight your way to her, shouting, you cut your way to her, but you're too late. She dies in your arms. Would this have happened had you not taken her weapon for yourself? Rage fills your mind. Okay, so there's a big branch right there. So if you would have let Jessie fight with her service weapon, she wouldn't have died. And you would have gave the signal to cause the bomb. But since you decided to take the weapon from her and wield it yourself and take out the masses, she ends up dying in the battle. Uh, so you can either use the alien bomb or continue to fight after she's dead. If you use the alien bomb, you give the order, and then her face is the last thing you see amongst the battle, and you shield your eyes. Uh, and then the same thing happens again. The thing turns into a key. Everybody's dead, and you go back down the path of using the key to open the door to find Alan. But uh, if you look down at her lifeless body, wondering if dealing the alien bee could have saved her, you suppose you know that her weapon shifts one final time to a key. There can be that option, and it takes you right back to the key. So either way, you have regret if you take that weapon from her. Um, there's another option here. If you take her hand, she pulls you out of the rubble, or the battle. She saves you. If you use the alien bomb, you can cover your ears. Uh, you shield your eyes against the blinding light. And then you can go down. You can either look at the weapon or pick up the weapon. In Jensen's hands, it was like a living thing, shifting and changing. Now it is still, like in dust. Um, and then it says, between the powerful weapon and her skills, Jessie is able to hold her own without your help. You continue fighting, dispatching more shifters than you can count. The more you kill, the easier it becomes. La- you laugh how easy it is. Your laughter comes out loud as the hurricane. The FPC agents and the director shrink away from you, holding their ears in horror and pain. While their guard is down, the shifters overrun them with ease. You witness uh, Jesse be cut down. Rage fills your mind. Let the rage consume you. The violent cosmic power in you barely contained erupts, wrapping reality. The plants above the thrust into ritualistic constellations, amplifying the force. The resonance powers out of you, destroying everything in its path. Jesse and all the agents, the shifters, the skyscraper, the desert realities, the time space, permanently scarred with ripples and dunes, shape the waves of the resonance. Something inside you tells you to stop. It's going too far. You must stop. You force yourself to stop. With your immense effort, you manage to stem the tide of anger. You yourself again. All that alien power spent. You are alone. The weapon ships one final time in your hand and is now a key. So if you go down the rage route, pretty much everybody dies and the thing turns back into a key. That's crazy. Or if you let the rage consume you, shouting, you cut your way to her, but you are too late. She dies in your arms, transfixed by the horror of your appearance. Wow. Uh, and then it says so that's that branch. So you can either lose your mind in the battle, or you can take the weapon from her, and she's gonna die. But then if you don't take the weapon from her or lose your mind in the battle with rage, she fights them all off, and still the bomb has to be planted, and it still kills everybody except for you, and you lose your way. Either way, she dies, you lose. So it's like this whole option of preparing for war didn't help you at all. Where is it? Uh Preparing for war seems to be the worst outcome for you. Let's see what else I can find here. There's so many options. Oh my god, it's terrifying. Uh there's an option here where it says the alien uh the alien being is shipped to the FBC after they found Hedron, they ship him to the FBC. Given the situation, Chelsea suggests a desperate plan to harness the alien's power to a bomb. Now, if you utilize it as a bomb, that was the path. But if you research the alien being yourself, the director urges you to reconsider. You are too valuable to the cause to risk yourself like this, and she doesn't want to lose you, she admits. But if you assure Jesse you'll be fine, and you go to the FBC laboratory, you expose yourself to the wild destruction resonance of the alien being, which is Hedron. It alters you. You feel yourself undergoing a strange metamorphosis. This is literally the route that Dr. Darling took. So maybe we're seeing the what happened to Dr. Darling because he became one with Hedron, or the resonance of Hedron. Accept the alien's being's power. You feel your conscience expanding in inhumane ways as you become aware of an unknown planes of existence. Touching ours. You burn with a terrifying, barely contained force. You are no longer man. You are something else, something more, a being of godlike power. The alien being in the laboratory dies. Also, Hedron dies. You have stolen all its power. Trembling, director Jessie shifts her gaze from you. Your transformation has shaken her. It's time to confront the master of many worlds. A hush falls upon the FBC headquarters as you wait for the enemy to come. People, your agents, your warriors, stand staring at all the monitors on the walls. Jessie stands beside you. Then they come, the shifters shifting in, filling the desert. Each one is a version of you that has been corrupted by the master of many worlds or killed. There are millions of them. You lead the attack. So lead the attack if you took the weapon. Okay, so if you take the weapon, Starlia wielding the powerful shifting weapon in your hand, you shoot the time breakers and hundreds surround you. They come in endless waves, but you sense hidden by the alien power. It is easy to predict their attacks of your enemies, as if everything around you moves in slow motion. Okay? You laugh how easy it is. Your laughter comes out loud as a hurricane. The FPC agents and director shriek away from you, holding their ears in horror and pain. While their guard is down, the shifters overrun them with ease. So they're starting to have the same path again. You fight your way to her, shouting and cutting your way. The rages consume you. It's the same path again. And then the other branch is if you uh if you refuse to leave her, she shouts you to go, but you refuse to leave her. Enemies overrun your position, and you are now separated. You fight valiantly, but there are too many. You see her fall to the ground, shouting. You manage to cut your way to her, but you're too late. She dies in your arms. Rage fills your mind. You pick up her weapon. You look at her lifeless body, and then it turns into a key. You realize you've lost your way. So there's a lot of outcomes here where Jesse just dies on the battlefield, and it turns into a key. Is she gonna die in the next control game? Who knows? Um, if you led the attack and you take her hand and do as she says, you know there's only one way. You share a kiss before you turn, and you run down the stairs, and sounds of the fighting ringing in your ears. As you search for a dark bottom of the stairwell, something lands at your feet with a sharp ringing clang. It's her weapon. You pick it up. Uh, Look at the key you lost your way. So it's all leading to Jesse dying, no matter which way you go. Uh, okay. So that there's all these different options. Uh, so here it is. Let's branch off into a new place. Let's go back to the beginning. Ask her to give that weapon. You asked Jesse to give you the weapon in your hands. The weapon trembles and it shifts from one lethal form to another. It's a pistol, it's a shotgun, it's a ray gun, it's a spear, it's anything in between. It's eager to kill. And then you can either trust her with the weapon or take it for yourself. And then you ask Jesse about the weapon. She tells you that it's an object of power. Beyond that, will not elaborate. Okay, so you could do that. You could prepare for war by searching for allies or search for refuge. If you search for refuge, you seek a perfect place of power to build your base of operations in the desert. You come upon a gigantic tree. Okay, we read that one. If you search for allies, you seek allies across the multiverse, reaching out for different versions of you. Uh, you share a telepathic link. You search for refuge. You seek a perfect place of power that builds your base of operations in the desert. So either way, you're gonna build the oldest house. You should prepare for war. Okay, now let's do the other one now. The final branch, which is meditation. So you know the war is gonna come. So you meditate and learn. And here's the meditation learn path. This one gets a little crazier. Now, on this path, you calm yourself and seek harmony, striving to expand your consciousness to gaze into the secrets of the multiverse and understand your enemy. After struggling for what feels like a lifetime, you feel no closer to your goal. Your mind is not pure enough to grasp the secrets of the multiverse, let alone comprehend and master. You need to study the art to rise to a higher level of awareness. Okay? So there's two different routes you could take. You could force yourself to continue, or you could set out into the desert and find answers. Let's go and set out to the desert and find answers. You set out in search of answers. Futureless, futureless, the desert is continuous as far as you can see in every direction. Go in any direction. The desert continues to stretch before you. Above ideas, the supernovas flare up and weak out. Go in any direction. You go to, you go direction and sand slipping beneath you feet. Sweat beads on your forehead above galaxies spiral endlessly. Go in any direction. The footprints behind you are the evidence of your progress, but the desert seems to continue forever. Above the strange constellations suggest disturbing shapes. Go in any direction. As you wander, you start to lose all sense of time and place. Just when you're able to lose all hope, you think of something glimmering to the east. So you can either go in any direction or go east. So if we choose go in any direction, the desert is endless and you're feared. You grow tired, but still you stumble on. Eventually your strength fails and you fall to your knees and crawl. Or if you go east, you approach what you saw hopeful and desperate. There's nothing there. It was all a mirage. Your strength fails and you fall to your knees and you crawl. So either way, you're gonna be crawling. Then it says, growing weaker, you crawl slowly a direction. You're parched and starving. Dimly, you realize you are close to dying. You are lying on the ground. You can either push your body or change your mind. So if you push your body, you bite your teeth and force yourself to lift your head from the ground. Suddenly, out of a blinding light, a silhouette of a man appears. So you could do that, or you could change your mind. You strain to clear your murky head, willing the universe to show you its secrets to you. Suddenly, out of a blinding light, a silhouette of a man appears. So either way, a man's gonna appear. You look at the man. He looks like you, but the way he carries himself and the gillion of deep wisdom in his eyes tells you that this is you from the future. He offers you a seed. Okay, so there's the three different paths you could take. You can look at the seed, take the seed, or reject the seed. Let's go with reject the seed. Reject the seed. The man drops the seed in front of you. Then he is gone. The seed takes root and grows. A sapling rises from the ground. It grows fast. Soon you stand at the foot of a gigantic tree, reaching from the skies. This is the tree of life. It is the world tree. A memory drifts down through it, brought like a falling leaf. Follow the memory. Okay, so if you follow the memory, you follow the memory and you see a comic book in your hands. Are you are they your hands? You can't remember. The comic is about a legend of a god who hung himself from a branch of the world tree, sacrificing himself to gain secret knowledge. Okay? Hanging himself from the tree. Or you can contemplate the nature of sacrifice. Let's go and let's hang ourselves from the tree. You will sacrifice yourself to gain knowledge. You are after to be reborn with it. You climb up the tree trunk and hang yourself from the branch. As you begin to choke, your mind travels along the branches of the tree on a spiritual journey. Follow the branches where they lead. The branches of the tree reach out through all realities, supporting all realities. The multiverse is born. So this is how the multiverse is born. You sense all the realities around you, all lives and all history unfurling like a river flows, forked lightning striking, a flower blooming, slow motion explosion blossoming like a tree. You hang there for 9 nights. It feels like an eternity. Then the branch breaks and you fall to the ground. You hear the tree groan. Look at the tree, okay? You see that the tree has grown old and it's dying. From the highest branch, a magic fruit sprouts and ripens. As you stand watching the tree dies, you notice the fruit has fallen to the ground next to you, alongside a large, crooked branch. Pick up the branch or pick up the fruit? Let's go with pick up the branch. You pick up the crooked branch, tracing its path with your fingers. A distant memory stirs. What was your mission? You have gained so much knowledge, yet you struggle to remember where you were trying to go. Try to remember. You look at the shifting through your thoughts. It comes to you with a jolt. You were trying to find the master of many worlds. There was something about a door. With that, a door begins to come into focus. You realize it's missing something. You can either open the door or use the branch with the door. Let's open the door. The door is there, and yet not quite. It is missing something vital to make it fully manifest for you to use. So you have to rethink and use the branch. The branch bonds with the door, creating a handle, and with that, the door is fully realized. You open the door, you grasp at the handle and open the door. You step over the threshold. You step inside in a room, the man of many worlds sitting there typing. You look at the master of the many worlds. You stare at the man in the eye. You realize you have made the mistake. You come to the wrong place. This is the master of many worlds, but not the one you're looking for. Continue, and you end up to the freaking writer. Okay. Now let's say you chose go back up, go back up, go back up. Let's say instead of the branch, you chose the fruit. You pick up the magic fruit. It rots away in your hand, leaving behind a familiar looking seed. Suddenly, you become aware of a man lying on the ground close by. He seems weak and ill, moaning to himself. Something stirs in your mind. A forgotten memory, a faded dream. Offer the seed to the man. You offer the seed to the man. As you step closer, he lifts his gaze to look at you. You recognize him. He is from your distant past. He takes the seed. Then he is gone, vanished as suddenly as he had appeared. You pick up the branch. You pick up a crooked branch, tracing its path with your fingers. A distant memory stirs. You try to remember. You look at the shifting through your thoughts, and it comes to you with a jolt. You focus on the door. You know what's going to happen here. Use the branch again. Open the threshold. The wrong person, and it takes you back to the writer. So it's like a failed attempt again. So let's try to go back up. Forget the seed. So forget the branch. Forget the seed. Forget the fruit. And if we go back up, uh, forget hanging yourself. Uh, Forget rejecting the seed. Instead of rejecting the seed, let's take the seed. So the man appears. He looks at you. He offers you the seed. So let's take the seed this time. You accept the seed the man offers, then he is gone. You plant the seed. You plant the seed in the ground and it takes the root and grows. A sapling rises from the ground. It grows fast. Soon you stand at the foot of a gigantic tree reaching out from the skies. It's the tree of life. It's the world tree. A memory drifts down through it and like a falling leaf. You follow the memory. So the same thing with the memory again. And then now you could take the path of you contemplate the nature of the sacrifice. Instead of Choosing to hang yourself on the tree, you contemplate the nature of sacrifice. The tree looms over you, indestructible in its silence. To gain the universe's secret knowledge, you know what you have to do. So it takes you back to hanging yourself, and you go all the way back down that route. So planting the seed takes you back to hanging yourself, and then the tree branch being born or the fruit. But instead of taking the seed or rejecting the seed, we can go the other opposite route. We can look at the seed. It seems like any other seed, but when you stare at it, the image of a towering tree flashes in your mind. So you eat the seed. Starving, you put the seed into your mouth and swallow it. Immediately you feel warmth flooding through your stomach. You feel the seed sprout and begins to grow, filling your insides. Fighting for the Either fight for the feeling or embrace it. Let's go fight with the feeling. You tighten your muscles and you tear at your stomach to stop the plant growing inside. Slow it down. Panic flares up in your mind as the plant rises up, up, up into your brain. You open your mouth to scream, but the scream is cut short by the branches growing out of your mouth and nostrils and ears. Oh my goodness. The tree takes a root and continues to grow up and around you, cocooning you inside. It is the tree of life. It is the world tree. Become the world tree. You are a part of the tree now. Its branches reach out through all realities, supporting all realities. The multiverse is born. You sense all realities around you, all lives and all history unfurling like a river flows, forked lightning striking, a flower blooming in slow motion, explosions like a tree. Okay? You grow and expand your knowledge. This goes on for an eternity. In time, the tree grows out old and begins to die. From the highest branch, two magical fruits sprout. They ripen. You are one of the fruits. From it, you are reborn. And that's going to take you all the way back to being reborn. And it's going to put you back at looking at the tree and picking up the fruit or picking up the branch. So it takes you all the way back to that path. Or if you embrace the feeling, you feel the plant grow and you rise up into your brain, filling your mind, flowers blooming out of your eyes, branches growing out of your mouth and nostrils and ears. The tree takes root and continues to grow around you, cocooning you inside. It is the tree of life and it is the world tree. Become the world tree. So either way, you're going to become the tree if you eat the seed. And either way, it's going to take you to being reborn. So either whether you hung yourself with the tree or you became the tree, either way, you're going to fall all the way down the path of opening the door with the branch. And you're going to go right back to Alan. You could do all that, or you could do this path, which will probably lead you back to the tree. In this path, when you meditate, instead of seeking your answers out in the desert, you force yourself to continue. Stubbornly, you continue. You push yourself past every mental and physical threshold. Encounter time passes, and then you end up growing weaker and pushing your body. So either way, there's three big branches, and they all lead to Alan. It's either the tree of life that he becomes, or he goes to multiversal war with the FBC on his side with the alien bomb, and Jesse might die in all scenarios, and you realize you lost your way. Or you go the route of going with your love to Cauldron Lake, and either way, she's going to jump into the lake, or she's going to go to the multiverse through the TV and find her own way. So all those are all the different versions of the text adventure, and I can't believe I went through them all, but that was fun to do. Shout out to this person for writing them all down for people to enjoy. So that was the whole thing. Sorry it was a long thing, but if you stayed around, that's crazy. That's awesome. Uh, we'll go back to the game menu now. And so yeah, that was all the DLCs. That was the game. Uh, on my next playthrough, I will go to the final draft. There'll be a faster pace, and we can see the final true ending of the game. And like I said, within the final draft, there's new manuscript pages to find, and there's new little things that happen in the final draft sprinkled around. So it's like it encourages you to play the final draft, not just for the ending, but for like little different subtle little hints and things that'll pop out during the game. So we'll play that next time. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.